Hello, listeners, and welcome to the 4th episode of Welcome to Pratchetville. Like the previous episode, we have an intro in the episode itself, so we're going to get right into it. Our promo for this week is of Monsters and Mixed Successes, a new Monster of the Week podcast that has premiered over at The Actual Place, one of the podcast servers that's a great place to find a lot of great podcasters and a great community supporting each other. Link to The Actual Place will be in our show notes.
The small town of Faro is strange, filled with monsters, magic, and entities unknown to all but a few residents. Join local priest Leviathan Bell.
Any threat to the divine and to this town is to be taken care of, and that's my duty.
Ex-monster hunter Alex Palmer.
I'm not paranoid enough to stop being curious. Fine. He takes the hand. Oh shit, I'm in over my head.
And haunted archivist Anna Malice.
It's Anna's turn to have a bad day. Opening his little satchel, and he's taking his notebook out, and he's like opening it to the page where he sketched the boulder go.
As they step up to try their best to protect their town and its people from entities that want to lay claim over it. Every other Wednesday, come take a seat at our table, where there are monsters aplenty.
Where these eyes should be are just concave pits of flat flesh.
We're all a little bit silly.
That awkward moment when you just want to read some books and then your friends start having a fight about your free will.
And our characters are very, very sad.
I really appreciated and cherished having friends.
Of Monsters and Mixed Successes is available on YouTube and most podcasting platforms.
And as you raise your hand to start to do this magic, he shoots you. Yes.
Oh no.
If you enjoyed our shows, you should also be checking out the network we're a part of, the Fun Installers Network, whose promo will be playing next, and then we'll be on to the show.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. On the frontier of the internet is a new website being constructed called FuninstallersNetwork.com, where they install fun directly into your brain, where they do collaborations with other creators, such as video game reviews, podcast episodes, art galleries, and they even do little game master tips for you who like tabletop role-playing games. So make sure to go over to FuninstallersNetwork.com and tell them that this really cool radio guy sent ya. Now back to your regularly scheduled program, whatever it may be.
Greeting, listeners, and welcome back to Gestalheim Productions. Welcome to Pratchetville. I think this time we're going to go with an old classic for podcasting. Hey guys, would anyone want to do the previously on?
I'll let one of the players that was actually there do it.
Right, I can do it too. When last we checked out Pratchetville, Tyrell Catcher had recently come to the city looking for some information on his unique situation and ran into what apparently was a very odd girl who worked at the library. He was hoping to find information and found out some interesting things and some might be going on. Meanwhile, Corey the Curio was finishing up dropping off an item to the library when he was let known that there was someone looking for him. While Tyrell is waiting for Corey to come out, they noticed a strange thing going on in the back of the library and and as the world started to move around them and send them into a strange maze of books and shelves. Corey had walked out and noticed a strange luminal space within the library that no one else seemed to notice, and went in, just managing to meet the person looking for him just as the pair were about to be attacked by a strange ink-touched individual. And I believe we left off with Corey spotting a venom-like, ink-covered creature about to swipe at Tyrell from behind. What do you guys do?
Without missing a beat, Corey pulls out his Pandora's box, and then I'm just going to hammer space the thing into the box.
All right. I believe that would be
From what I'm looking at, it's either fight for your life or face fear.
I think it's going to be a face fear, because you're not trying to fight it, you're just trying to trap it.
7.
All right.
All right then, OGM, what happens?
Okay, I think your options are you're going to succeed at this, but you're going to take 1 harm.
It nips my fingers.
Yeah.
Okay.
It kind of gets sucked in a box and it starts thrashing about and it just goes... And then it bites your fingers before getting sucked in.
Well, that stung. Are you alright?
Yes, perfectly fine. Thank you. Are you okay? He's kind of looking at the bite mark.
I can manage. This isn't my first scrap.
So I see.
Corey's looking around again, his glasses gleaming. With the ink blob contained, has the world gone back to normal or not yet?
It has not. And in fact, I need to ask for another roll.
Tyrell can take it this time.
Alright.
Alright, let me see. I think that's going to be an assessed reality. So it's plus wits.
And I have a -1, so that's a 9.
Right, you get to hold 1. You can spend the whole to ask one of the following questions. What happened here? What's my best route? Are there any dangers I haven't noticed? What here is useful or valuable to me? What here is not what it appears to be? Or who or what is really in control here?
Oh, really good questions. I think since we're trying to get out, what is our best route?
I think if you're looking around and because the creature's been contained, you notice that there's one direction where, like, you know, like how you kind of went in and there was like all the shelves kind of converged to where it was like a circle around you, where you're having like, it was like the shelves almost were cascading away.
Well, didn't my cantrip trick last session create an area effect where things are actually normal around us?
That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, my bad.
Oh.
Is that with the creature contained, you can kind of see a route. You can see a route out. You can see like a normal set of shelves outside the bubble. There is still that effect kind of going on. You kind of get the feel that yeeting this thing out of reality has helped to diminish the effect. So you can see like one path that's clearly an actual path.
So
beyond your bubble.
Kind of new to this, but I'm going to assume the path is the way out.
Yeah, it's the one area that looks normal.
We should probably follow that there.
Probably. I don't have any proper gear for handling. And then he makes a gesture at the madness. This.
Tyrell's kind of just like casually slinging the sword over his shoulder at the moment. I'm not terribly well equipped myself either, if I'm being honest.
Which reminds me, are you the... I can't remember if last session I asked this. Okay, I genuinely don't remember if I asked this last session, so I'm just going to ask it again. Which reminds me, are you the appointment I was told I had?
I think so. I was told to wait, and then this all happened.
Well, I'm Corey Costley, and I believe you said your name was Tyrell what? A pleasure to meet you. As we're walking along, Corey is thinking to himself, this is a library facility, right? This should not be happening then.
This should definitely not be happening. Whatever's going on, it's powerful enough that the library didn't even notice you guys walking in or anything.
Do we re-enter the normal part of the library again?
I think you do. And can you guys roll me a quick wits?
Or
6.
I'm switching dice.
Oh boy. Okay.
Wasn't for that -1.
You guys hear a strange thump behind you, and the shelves are starting to fall towards you in a cascade effect. You're not sure what did it, but it is very loud, and it's based. It's like a Indiana Jones. You got to get out of the way of the trap. As A ton of books, or almost like a wave of books and bookshelves, is running in your direction.
I can't remember the funny name I gave the agent last time I was talking to at the start. What was his name again?
Michael.
Michael? Did I give him a funny last name? I just wasn't paying attention.
I don't have notes. Sorry, I don't have notes the last name. I know the first name was Michael.
Okay, then I'll just work for now then. Okay. Corey sees this barreling down upon them, and then he raises his voice and goes, Michael, the books are trying to eat us again.
Wait, what?
You don't want to know. There was an incident with books with teeth, and I'll just leave it at that.
Oh yeah, Tyrell's definitely has his sword up and he's looking around like, oh dear.
I think with that, Tyrell, you see a strange-looking crane man pop his head out of the back area, like the area that you saw Abigail go into, and quirk an eyebrow as he starts walking over. Like, wait, what? We had that taken care of. Those were just mimics. It should be clean.
Does he see the third tidal wave of books now?
Oh, here's the interesting thing. He's looking at you guys. He doesn't. You can hear the books heading towards you guys. He doesn't seem to notice them. But he is heading in your direction.
I would like to assess the reality.
All right.
That's a 10.
Okay, you have the previous questions I asked. What happened here? What's my best route? Are there any dangers I haven't noticed? What here is useful or value to me? What here is not what it appears to be? Who or what is really in control here?
What here is not what it appears to be?
I think you're looking around and you're trying to figure out what's going on, and you realize even though you can see the outside of the library, you're still on the edge of the luminal space. And here's the thing: as the cascade of books is heading towards you, you kind of notice that it's moving. The edge of the luminal space is actually moving,
and it's moving
towards you guys.
Second question: who or what is really in control here?
Oh, that's an interesting question. As you're, well, here's a question too. Are you pulling Tyrell away from the bookshelves?
Yes.
I think as you're pushing back, you notice for a brief moment as the luminal space gets moved more and more, you see more of those creatures hopping across the top of the fallen spaces, and you get to the sense that not only is there more than one of these things, but this strange effect is a result of them. And you only think of like how some mystical creatures might seal off an area for their prey, and you get the sense that because the edge of the luminal space is still moving, it feels like it's creeping more towards you. And I think you get the sense that like what's going on here is the reason why they can't see it is this is some kind of higher plane or something out of phase, and it is focused. It's focused on you guys, and it's hungry. It's hungry for whatever is going on with your friend Tyrell there. Maybe.
Corey sighs loudly, and then he says under his breath, "My kingdom for a magic paintbrush." And then, still grabbing Tyrell along, I step right past the boundary of the liminal space, and I say to Michael, "You're going to want to get out of the building. Ghoulies are about to invade." And then I press the fire alarm.
All right, I think you pull a fire alarm, and Michael just looks like a little confused as people start evacuating with the fire alarm going off, the water's going down, the whole 9 yards. When you have a fire alarm pull as people start to move out. And Tyrell, how do you react to this?
Right now, Tyrell's just trying to keep the books away. I'm going to say he's been like swinging at them, trying to keep them at bay while he gets dragged over there.
I think as you're swinging, you knock some of the books away. Roll me one more assess reality. Actually, not assess reality. Roll me a fight for your life.
That will be which stat? Sorry.
That will be
pluck.
Pluck. And let me grab my dice. That will be 11.
Okay. With an 11, you get to choose an extra effect. Inflict 1 plus harm, suffer less harm, or 1 less harm, gain the advantage, take +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another character, take something from them, or force them where you want them.
I'm going to give a +1 forward to getting us out of here.
Okay, yeah, I think as you guys are moving, Tyrell, you notice some of the books are actually literally leaping off of the shelves, and you hit them. I think you start hitting them back towards back into the space, and you hear it collide with something that doesn't sound like it hit a bookcase. It sounds like it hit something gooey. It's like a soft thud. I think you kind of figure out, with this, you can figure out what Corey did, that there are more of these creatures coming. You basically managed to baseball some of the books back at them as you're swinging. But I think because you're also being dragged, you do take one harm as one of them manages to get on your foot and you kick it away.
Good thing I'm timeless.
And I think as you kick it away, you notice there's ink inside the books and forming like a Pac-Man style mouth inside of it as you knock it away.
That's just disturbing.
A cartoonish.
That's Tyrell speaking, sorry.
Oh, that's fair. All right, you guys are heading out of the building. I think with that +1, you guys managed to make it out of the building, but where are you guys going to head out? Or head out?
Looking over at Michael, Corey says, "Please tell me the cavalry is on its way."
Yeah, I think he's taking out the phone and like, oh yeah, I'll call who I can. What the hell? I'm not the only one seeing the books disappearing into like a normal library, right? Or whatever those things are you're hitting, right? You're like,
oh, so you can't see them now. That's good.
I mean, sort of, yeah, but it's like, yeah, I'll try to call the cavalry. Just get him to the safe house. Get him over to the bar. That's just the best place if we're not seeing anything here. He starts making calls while other people are running out. I know.
With a deep sigh, Corey loops an arm around Tyrell and says, "Come on, this way. Welcome to the madhouse. It gets worse the deeper you go."
Oh, I thought this would fix my problems. That is not encouraging.
I think now would be a good point to smash cut over the Nick.
Yeah, exactly. I think we smash cut over to Nick because Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Guess whose party of bikers owns the bar?
Mine?
Yep. You built a bar over a military facility.
Sounds about right.
How does Nick start his day at the bar?
I start my day like any other day. I wake up, I take a shower, I drink a fifth of vodka before I go into work. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. It's unsafe. Don't be like me, kids. No. Honestly, though, like, I think he wakes up, probably has, like, a cup of coffee. He takes care of, like, little minor things around that, like, need to be taken care of. I feel like he has, like, a room above the bar, and he just kind of stays there because it's comfortable. And, you know, all of his stuff's there. But yeah, he probably just, like, goes about his morning, gets ready, checks to see if he has any voicemails that he might have missed in the middle of the night.
You know, I think you get a call from... You actually have a weird call from your sister, Serafina.
Okay.
So, yes, you get a call from your sister. She's the more athletic one. She has long black hair. She's kind of pale. But she goes... Serafina goes, "Have you heard anything from Dad? Sally's just been acting weird. I thought she went to go see if he was all right or was, and she came back and she's all giggly and stuff. It's so weird. Like, you know, she's not that, I don't want to say happy, but she's acting just really weird. Also, she drank all the soda in the fridge."
Well, that seems concerning. And he'll finish his coffee and he'll call Serafina.
So there's also a message saying that your other sister, Hazel, there is a truancy. There's a call from the truancy office saying Hazel has not been in school today.
I'm going to beat her ass when I find her. God damn it, I told her about this shit.
And I think so you can call Serafina, you said?
Yeah.
I think Serafina kind of picks up the phone like, hello?
Hey, Sarah. What's going on? Called me saying Sarah's acting off?
Sally's just kind of like, I don't know. Like, it's like, I think she's on, I think she might be on mushrooms or something. It's the only thing I can think of, because she's like, she's just walking around the house, eating all kinds of food. Like, she's got the munchies, and then just,
I'm sure she didn't just get into, like, my brownies or something.
I mean, maybe. Well, let me check. And you hear her shuffling around like, actually, no, that's the one thing she didn't eat, surprisingly. I saw her eating a bag of sugar.
Oh. Well, that's... Well, that's odd. Usually Sally doesn't really like sugar like that. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, she's my sister and I love her, but it was like watching, it was like that show with the kids where, like, you know, they start taking the sugar dip and they eat so much of it they start, like, hallucinating. Suddenly there's, like, fists coming out of where fists shouldn't be coming and then lasers and...
Where's Sally? Where's she at right now? Is she home? Is she with you? Do we need to go find her?
You kind of hear her moving around in the background. I think she just passed out on the couch. So at least we're okay there. Just
okay. Well, keep her there. If she wakes up, give me like an hour to finish what I got to do over here, and I'll be over.
All right. I'll keep an eye on her. I'll do what I need to. Just like I said, if you find out what happened with Dad, I appreciate that too. Because I mean,
I'll see.
Wasn't he supposed to be back?
I'll see if anybody's heard about it. I'll check. But yes, he was supposed to be back. Supposed to be back like 2 or 3 days ago. But you know, it's not uncommon for him to disappear for a week or two at a time. I mean, you remember growing up, there were times where we wouldn't see Dad for a month or two, and he always came back.
Yeah, that's...
You know, he always came back fine at the end of it. So, like, I'm going to start worrying more so in a couple of weeks if we haven't heard from him then. But I can check in and see, like, you know, if he needs help for it.
All right, I really appreciate that. Love you, bro.
I love you too, sis. And he'll hang up the phone and he'll sit back down and he's like... And he'll finish reading the morning news and his coffee... And he'll get dressed in his normal attire, which is just some simple khaki shorts and like a graphic tee of some cheesy horror movie or something. And
okay,
he'll light up a smoke and he'll leave the house to take care of the first problem. One thing at a time.
Does the house lead into the bar or?
It's like above it. It's like
Well, I mean, does the entrance go into the bar, or are you going like...
No, it's like off to the side.
Okay. But I think as you're coming out, you see... Well, you see a familiar face in Corey, and... Oh, actually, I guess you would see two familiar faces as you see, like, Corey and Tyrell heading for the bar.
I'll look, and I'll be like, oh, shit. Of course, it comes in waves of 3. And he'll rub his temple and take a couple of long drags. He'll be like, oh, hey guys, what's going on? Everything all right?
I'm so sorry, Nick. I've forgotten your character's name.
It is just Nick.
Oh.
Nick is playing Nick 3, because he's already had a Nick 2, and...
Yep.
Nick in just in time.
Now I'm playing alternate versions of myself.
It's a nickname.
It is.
This is why I put my name in here so everyone can remember.
Hello, Nick. The books are attacking you again.
And he's gonna...
At least this time, they don't have teeth this time. Or at least they didn't have them when I last checked.
Hey, what do you mean again?
And Nick will visibly shake. He's like, oh, fuck, not the teeth. Ugh. I still have the scars from that. And he'll be like, you don't want to know, Tyrell. It was the worst thing we've ever seen. And we've seen some shit.
Oh, you two know each other?
I've met Tyrell once or twice before.
Oh, hey, Nick. Good to see you again.
Here and there. So the books are attacking again, but no teeth. We're positive about the no teeth thing.
They didn't have teeth when I left, but they may have grown them they may have grown them afterward, but for the moment, no.
Okay, and Nick will be like, give me 1 second, and he's gonna text Serafina, and he's gonna be like, hey, change of plans, something for work came up, we'll stop by later, keep Sally there, don't let her leave. And he'll send that off, and he'll be like, okay, let's go. I'm good to go.
Everything okay with Sally there?
I think she's experimenting with drugs.
Oh dear. Hoping things go better than the last timeline.
I mean, listen, I like my edibles, but like, I don't know. Something sounds like she's been into something funky. I don't know, but she's asleep now. It's not a pressing issue. You know, Serafina, we'll keep an eye on her. She'll be fine. Well, I'll check on her later.
As long as you got everything under control, man.
You know.
Light had flashed across Corey's sunglasses as he glanced at Tyrell at the other timeline comment, but then he went back to normal as he turns back to Nick and says, I was hoping to use your med kit, and Michael is calling in the cavalry as we speak, so you might want to check with him before we do anything active.
Okay. Let me call him and see what I need to grab. And Nick will pull out his phone and call Michael.
Med kit's in the bathroom, yes?
Yes. Yeah. Med kits are underneath the sink. Hey, Tyrell, do you want to go in the closet and grab some of the heavy artillery out of the black chest there on the floor?
Oh, so that's what's in that.
Yeah. I don't like to open that chest for nothing. But if the books are flying again, we're gonna burn these fuckers down because I'm not doing this shit again.
All right, I'll go get it.
Corey has already left the room with the classic Toodles wave of his fingers as he does so.
Oh, yep. And I will call Michael and I will check with him about what Corey said. See if there's anything else I need to grab.
I'm gonna say, I think you get the phone is answered, but you hear something, but you're not sure what it is. But it's not a voice.
It's not a voice. Okay, that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Nick will be like, well, I think we need to speed this up here. Just grab the whole chest, Tyrell. He'll shout, and then he's going to go into the hall closet and grab another chest that's just labeled fun party time.
You're going to hear a thunk right behind you just as you finish getting to the chest. Yeah, last timeline you asked me to do that.
Yep, this is the normal go-to one. We're breaking out that one because if it's what I think it is, we're going to need everything.
From a bit of a distance away because he thought he was waiting in another room, you hear Corey go, did you get a hold of Michael?
Yes and no. We probably need to hurry up because what I heard was not human speaking. And I think things are getting worse.
Nick, do you want to roll an assess reality to see if you can figure out what's going on?
I sure will.
For the sake of... Oh, wait. Were you talking to me or Nick about that?
Nick.
In the bathroom, as Corey is bandaging up his fingers, he pauses and then he calls out to Nick and he says, Michael got Ed, didn't he?
Probably. Nick does the same thing. He's like, yeah, not this shit again.
I don't know if the library will pay for her resurrection this time. And dealing with new faculty is always a pain in the ass.
You know what? If they won't pay for it, I will.
Wait, revive?
No, we can't be. I'm not doing the hiring new people shit. I hate.
Wait, revive?
It is a pain dealing with a new archivist.
Okay, so what is this rolled with? Wits, right?
Wits.
Plus wits.
Okay, so that's a 10 on the dice.
Okay, and before, I want to give you a question, and then I have one important question to you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hang up or did you keep the phone open and on while you were talking to everyone?
Nope, I would have hung up.
All right.
I've been through this shit before. I hang up the phone before anything can try to crawl through it. That's what we need. Invade my personal space with your ink bullshit.
All right, here's your questions. What happened here?
Okay.
What's my best route? Are there any dangers I haven't noticed? What here is useful or valuable to me? What here is not what it appears to be?
I definitely think who or what is in control here is a good one to start with. Yeah, because Michael probably got 8. So yeah, let's do that. Who or what is really in control here?
I think what you're thinking here for a second. You get a text message.
Oh,
from Michael.
Oh, fun. Oh, what does this text message say?
Well, it's not really a text message. It's a camera picture.
Oh, goody.
And I think you see this camera is like half covered by what looks like this black ichor. And you just see like a picture of the library. Just the actual library is just, it's cartoonish. It's askew and it's covered in this black ichor that seems to be moving. And there seems to be other people being like, it's like a picture, like it looks like it's on people or it's around people almost.
Son of bitch.
What's wrong? Says Corey as he finally comes back into the room. His fingers notably bandaged.
I think, the color in Nick's face has drained, and he just shows you the picture, because he doesn't know what to say. He's just like, I think we're gonna need more backup.
Corey looks at the picture, he stares, sighs, and then he reaches into his drawstring bag, pulls out his pipe and his tin of tobacco and says, I am going for a smoke outside. I will be right back.
Nick is gonna be like, yeah, I'll join you, and he pulls a pack of cigarettes out of his pocket, and he's just like, and he'll just kind of he'll be like, Tyrell, please just stack all of this. Do you have anybody you can call? I need a second to regroup.
I could try and call someone. Not sure if he'll pick up, though.
Okay, so you do that. I'm going to go talk to Corey real quick. I'm going to have a smoke, and we'll be back in, and we will go from there. Sound like a plan?
Sure.
Okay. And Nick will follow down the stairs behind Corey, and he's going to close the door, and he's just going to kind of sink to the ground and light the smoke, and he's going to be like, this is the big one, isn't it? I think this is worse than biting books.
The big one. You once said you had a friend who had some sort of prophecy going on, yes?
Yeah, at some point.
Well, what did the prophecy say? Does it have anything to do with this, or is that a different matter entirely?
I think it was a different matter entirely.
Then I'm going to assume Ragnarok is not yet upon us, or the rapture, or whatever apocalypse religion comes up with next.
I think that's probably a good thing. This is something different. I've not seen something like this. This is kind of bites his lip and sighs. He's like, this is we're gonna need a lot more than what I have here to take care of this problem. I think. Who else can we call? Because I don't think we can rely on Michael at this point.
All right.
You see Corey puff up his cheeks, and then he breathes out slowly, so a stream of smoke emerges, and it keeps going and going and going, and until a little cloud of smoke is in front of him. I am going to try and scry. Sean, I know this isn't usually how we're done, but I want to embrace chaos, and in the picture that appears, show me the next path forward, whether it's confronting the mess or pointing me at a person to help.
Yeah.
12 plus chaos. That's a 10. So just give me an image to work with and we go from there.
I think it's kind of strange you're trying to scry and you see something weird.
What do I see?
You see Dallas Richards, Nick's father, but it's not the Dallas you're used to, not the guy. I feel like I kind of think Dallas was when he first started working in the library until he retired. He was Michael's predecessor. He was a research-driven person, but this doesn't look like that Dallas. They look hardened. They look like they've seen some shit. It's like a rage and anger you've never seen when you've met with Dallas, whether alone or if Nick's called you over, and he's standing in front of you and he motions towards the wood.
He's standing in front of an image of me, or he's standing in front of me as I cast this?
You see him in front of you as you cast this, kind of this. It's a completely different Dallas because you get this sense of power that you've never had off of Dallas.
Okay, and he's gesturing towards the forest?
Yeah, I think he is gesturing towards the forest. And as he does this, you see this eldritch ink kind of slink out of the sewers and pull him down into the sewers suddenly. While Nick, you see a manhole kind of start to shake and rupture in front of you. This would be about the same spot where Corey saw the other Dallas be pulled in.
Yeah, for the record, Corey was not hiding the magic. You would have been able to see everything. He gives no shit about who sees him do weird stuff.
Yeah, Nick's not one to judge. I mean...
So, as the image fades and Nick noticed that, Corey says idly, Nick, I don't suppose you've seen your father recently, have you?
No, that was part of why Serafina called me. He's been gone a week, which isn't abnormal. I mean, Dallas, he's always... Dad always has to do something, Man can't...
Yes, I still remember that week at Burning Man, even he doesn't.
It was a fun weekend, though, you gotta admit. Anyways, not to get distracted. No, I haven't seen him in a couple weeks. Been probably. I mean, at best.
Do I notice the sewer manhole at this point?
Yeah, you would notice the sewer manhole.
Okay. Completely ignoring the sewer manhole, Corey goes back into the bar and says, Tyrell?
Well, that's the funny thing is you head back inside because, Tyrell, would you like to let the audience and our fellow players know what you've done?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Thanks, Nick. I'm sure this will help us out here. Appreciate your friendship as always.
Yeah, you see Tyrell step out of a closet with a portal of strange, sparkling energy. And as he steps out, another figure steps out, and you might want to pull up your old sheet, Nick. Is Tyrell steps out with a familiar face, but not quite, since they seem to be a little robotic, and Nick.
Oh, what the fuck is this?
What? I thought he could help.
One of us is gonna explode. I mean, we're all aware of like basic time travel rules, like you can't meet each other and whatever, because it creates like a black fucking hole or some shit. Like, I mean,
I've never seen it happen personally.
Nick, you get to play both Nicks, by the way.
Yeah, and I think the other Nick is like, what the fuck? Oh, what the? It's the Spider-Man meme right now. It's like, you! What the
Corey just places his hand on the human Nick's shoulder, and then he says, one problem at a time, dear friend. And then I look at Tyrell and I say, did you finish preparing the weaponry? All right, then we're off into the woods to go hunting.
I think with that declaration, you hear an explosion outside, and you hear something going flying, and it's something going crashing down. I think, like, just as a perfect cliffhanger, the manhole cover comes crashing through the ceiling of the bar and landing right in front of Corey and Nick.
Oh shit! Hey Tyrell, did you put together that flamethrower? Was in that bag?
Yeah, he's just gonna toss it to you just as you're saying it.
Thanks.
See, told you, Nick. He was going to go right for that.
And you hear outside as something is crawling out of the sewer.
It's porn.
It is probably porn, but technically, yes.
No. Porn. Like the band Porn.
What's corn?
The noise you just made. Is fucking. Yeah. Anyways.
Corey pulls out his pistol. All right, let's do this.
And Tyrell with his big sword.
You picked the wrong day to fuck around here.
And that's the session?
That's the session.